So, what can we expect from this next season of Children's Hospital?
Well, we have sort of, I think last season we discovered what the show was, and this season we pin it down. We pin it down, and we do that thing where you spit, and then you suck it back up before it hits the thing in the face. That's what we do this season.
We're like its big brother.
We almost spit on it. No, we've discovered that the show is, it used to be a parody of a hospital show, and then it was sort of parodying TV, and now finally it is its own thing, and so we have a lot of really cool, interesting, like conceptual episodes that basically it's the same kind of jokes, just told in different ways. We love to finding different ways to deliver enthusiasm. We're enthusiasm deliverers.
What's your favorite bit or story or scene you've done so far?
That's never those kind of questions. I'm a black hole.
Something with Husky.
Something with Husky.
Husky's
sure.
Probably a good one.
Yeah, I would say.
Shout out paramedic. Always makes me laugh.
I'm terrible at these.
Favorite moments. I
love the moment where Chevy Chase and Bill Murray are together in Caddyshack. That's pretty cool.
That scene was mostly improvised.
Yeah, I like that one.
Unscripted.
You know who's a great actor? Robert De Niro. I kid. You know what was really fun? This season we have a show, an episode that is, it's a British. It's the British version of Children's Hospital, and it's all done very much not like bad teeth and tea jokes. It's really done like there was a British writer, a British director, an all British cast, and it's on BBC 10. We're saying, and it's that was really cool because it was really like starting a new thing all of a sudden, and the cast bonded like within the first 10. They were like best friends.
I think they were all single. That probably helped.
No, that's true. They did all kind of bang each other for a while after that. I'm not kidding.
We built a British pub set in the hospital and left it up, and we used it as an actual rap party pub.
Pub set. We built a pub set on Children's.
But it was useful for us to do the British episode to see just how easy it could be to replace our cast if we needed to.
Yeah.
So would you say the formula is to have no formula each week?
Well, that's the thing. No, but I have discovered through doing this that I've come to understand absurd comedy more than just like a joke after joke thing. Absurd comedy, by virtue of it being meaningless, there's no one way to do it, So, and there's no rules necessarily. We know what we can't do when we say it, but really it's like, what is it? It's it's the best kind of comedy to do because there's no limit to how you can sort of twist it because there's no meaning. It's completely void of meaning.
However, we do have a kind of internal set of understood limits to where the tone is. Like the tone doesn't go here and but it does go here. And that's to the frustration of our other writers and our actors. Like, I don't understand. We can't do this, but we can't have Bigfoot come into the hospital, but we can have aliens.
But there's a reason for that, and it's hard to explain that to them. Like, there's a reason for that, and it's like, not only do we have to. We have our own subjective ideas of what that tone is, but also like there's a certain tone of the episode, there's a certain tone of each scene, there's a certain tone of the joke itself, and some things it's hard then to figure out what works. So I guess sometimes it does become like a little stricter at points. But yeah, they just kind of like, sometimes I do too, just want to like fuck around. Yeah.
What episode was the hardest then to translate from the way you designed it as a tone into the episode, you got like maybe halfway through it and you went, wow,
Oh.
this is much harder
Behind
to
the scenes?
translate than we thought.
Yeah, because that really did break the tone of the show.
Yeah, well, we do this episode called Behind the Scenes, and we literally go behind the scenes. We show it. We start with a scene, and then you hear David Wayne say "cut," and he's playing the director, David Wayne, and you see the actors that play these characters, and it was hard because we've been trying to do this for seasons, and it's really tough to do that where it doesn't feel like, where it isn't a pat on the back. You know, where we're like, oh, look at us, look at how clever we are, and just doing it for the sake of doing it. And so we just had to sort of approach it from a different way, and we really like banged our heads against it for a long time, and we ended up coming up with one of my favorite episodes this season. It's really, really cool.
And it's mostly in black and white. So that was really outside of the box.
All the behind the scenes are shot like a Woody Allen movie, sort of wide and in one shot, and like it's black and white, and then the other ones are in color with music, and then there's no music in the other ones. Because once you come up with that thing, then you start to learn, like with children's, we don't have a format necessarily. We're like, oh, this is best told in this format, you know? And it's really, really cool. That was our mistake with the theater episode last season. We did this one where it's the staged production of Children's Hospital, and it's as if it's our Broadway show, and it's as if it's the show that Children's Hospital was based on, the play that it was based on, and we're doing it, shooting it for television, and we started with that. You know what I mean? We didn't like have a story and then go, oh, that would best be told in this way. So it's a little unsatisfying in that. It's still a great episode. It's just because it's neat, but and it doesn't come off as like clever for clever's sake. But it's still like it's that taught me a lot.
So one of my favorite things you've ever done was Harold and Kumar 2. So
Let's talk about that.
I just need to ask you real quick: are you yourself a fan of Starship Troopers?
Yeah, I like Starship Troopers. That movie's insane. You know what I love about it is that their vision of the future is not only whatever the fighting bug aliens, but that men and women shower together.
Yeah, fucking every season I pitch a co-ed doctor shower scene for Children's Hospital.
And I say, then I just tell them what I told you. The only reason for that is so that you can see our actors naked. If you could find a really germane story to that, germane to that idea.
But the whole point is the scene would come out of nowhere. It would be completely exploitative.
That's what. So that happens in a writer's room, and I say, no, that's not. That's way off tone.
Later on, we shoot it.
We can tell them we're doing that and just do it for ourselves, because I gotta see Ken without his shirt on, man.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of seeing Ken with his shirt on.
And reintroduce Neil Patrick Harris to the world. It takes itself so seriously. I love that show.
Okay, I'm gonna find a way to work it.
Between yourself and Lonesome Roads and Facing the Crowd.
What is that? What are those things?
Lonesome Roads is the Facing the Crowd. It's an Elia Kazan movie about
Andy Griffith.
It's a television star. Access to meteor.
It's a great movie.
I don't know.
Maybe if you read the obituaries of Andy Griffith instead of
I like Starship Troopers. I could talk about the Abyss forever.
I have a B question.
Go ahead.
All right. So as the show has grown and the audience has grown, do you have the ability to just tell the network to F themselves? We're going to do whatever we want.
We started with the ability to tell them that, and therefore have never ever wanted to, because they have given us such free reign to do whatever we want, and all of their notes, because they do give notes, are story notes, and they're great. Or when they're not, we just go no thanks, and they're cool. Like, it's really just part of the collaboration. It's it's really Adult Swim. It's like Adult Swim has nailed that demographic, 18 to 34 males. Like, they have it. It's locked down. So they're like, we don't care. We got them. Do what you want to do. They're not going to tell us, like, more stuff for kids, more stuff for the 18-year-olds. Like, they don't even care. Well, they even like, hey, we actually get women to watch your show, so it's a bonus. So no, they're never. Yeah.
If you had to be treated by one of the doctors at Children's Hospital, who would it be?
Oh, one of the hot women.
Yeah, I'd say all.
Yeah, but which one is prettiest to you?
No, it's not. See that? Well, there's no rating them in that way. I would have to say that out of the doctors, I would say Malin's character because she's the biggest slut. But of the people, I would say Erin's character because she has kids and she has more maternal instincts and she'd take care of me. Lake, I don't want treating me, I guess.
No.
How long does it take to get the clown makeup on?
Like, we've got it down to science. Our makeup artist, Heather Mary Ford, has been with us from the beginning. She was the first one to put it on, and the only one that's ever put it on. And now we've got it down to like, the AD's literally timed it out once. It was like, she said 16 minutes, and I was like, that's too long. No way.
Shorter than that. She can also do it while you're talking the whole time. She's worked that out.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I have meetings in there. Like, yeah. Getting it off is the not fun part.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. That was really fun.